Hey guys, I'm Missy from the blog lifeispoppin.com, and I'm here with another awesome Hometalk video to show you how to upcycle your terracotta pots. I would love to hear where all of you guys are from. I'm from Indianapolis, and the weather is finally starting to warm up. It's been really nice outside, so I decided to do some gardening. I don't know if you're familiar with terracotta pots, but they're super cheap, which makes for an awesome gift idea for mom or any other amazing woman in your life. Also, really quick before we get started, the giveaway question of the day is what kind of flower would you put in your terracotta pots? What's your favorite kind of flower? Answer below and you could win your very own Hometalk tote. Okay, so let's get started. You can literally Mod Podge or Decoupage anything onto a terracotta pot. And so that's what I'm going to show you. A couple different kind of techniques to make them look awesome. Here are a few that I did. Here's one where I put my daughter's school picture on. I just painted the pot, cut out, or had this cute little die cut scrapbook piece of paper, and then I just Mod Podged her picture right over it. Here's another one where I just used loose pieces of scrapbook paper. You just cut it in strips. I'm actually going to show you how to do all of these, but cut it into strips, Mod Podge it, paint it, good to go. And then this one, same thing, die cut, simple, cute. So yeah, you can make so many things out of these. Here's another one I'm going to show you. Get started. Huh?
Get started.
Okay. Okay, let's get started. So just a simple, simple terracotta pot, make sure it's dry. I got these for 78 cents at a local hardware store. They come in all different sizes and shapes. Here's a different size. So what you're going to do with your scrapbook paper, kind of measure the size a little bit. I'm going to fold this piece in half and just cut it really quick. Doesn't have to be perfect because most likely you're going to glue it all down and cut off the extra anyway. Okay, so here we have our piece of paper. This one's actually a little flatter.
Anyway.
What I'm using is just regular Mod Podge. This is a gloss.
Yeah.
Now, if you are going to put these outside, you do want to use a dishwasher safe Mod Podge or any sort of sealant that is waterproof, because if they get wet and it's not a waterproof sealant, they're going to get ruined very quickly. Quickly, here's what the Mod Podge, the dishwasher safe that I use for outside pots. So now I'm going to cut these into strips just so that they're easier to apply. And you kind of want to leave them in order so that you can match up the patterns if possible. If the pattern's really crazy, it doesn't matter anyway. Alright, and just with a foam brush, I'm going to start putting thin layers of the Mod Podge on here. And you want to work pretty quickly because this stuff dries so fast. And I have like a 5-second rule for the Mod Podge. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, you should be pretty good. Get all the air bubbles out. You want to do this all the way around the pot until it's completely covered. Here's the next one. See how the patterns kind of match up. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to tell anyway. Hold it down. See, this is the extra I was telling you about. We will trim that off later. Or you can cover the whole thing. It doesn't matter. So I can't wait to see all of your guys' answers for what kind of flowers you're going to put in your pots. Do I agree with them? Because I do not. There's hair in mine. That's what happens when you have hair like mine. So you can see that the glue kind of pushes it down. It doesn't matter if you get some on the layer because we're going to seal it anyway with the Mod Podge. So again, 5-second rule. It dries so quickly, it's not going to come back off. Okay, so I'm going to set this one around to dry. I do have a small spot, but just because I'm showing you guys how to do it, you'll just put one more strip over that. And then you can cover this also if you would like. So we're going to let this dry before we do our final coat. And so you can see that it just sticks pretty good all the way around. You can't really tell where the design ends, and once you do the final coat of Mod Podge, you won't be able to see that either. Here is one that I've already painted. I kind of did like a whitewash. This is the bottom. I just turned it into a lid for demonstration purposes. You can put these in your bathroom if you don't want to plant flowers in them. I'm also going to show you how to glue this little knob on there once I'm done painting it. But so these are die cuts found in the scrapbook section, or you can cut out of wrapping paper, any kind of paper product that you can find. And I'm just going to start gluing these around here. Same Mod Podge. And don't forget, if you're going to use them outside, make sure you use a waterproof sealant. Same 5-second rule. I probably need a little bit more glue. Now I'm just going to smooth this over. Because this is a thicker paper, it doesn't stick down as easily as like a napkin or a tissue paper would. So it just needs a little bit of extra help. Because I'm messy, I don't use a paintbrush. Are people starting to answer what kind of flowers they're putting in their pots?
Yep, we hear lavender and petunias, daisies, marigolds.
Very cool. Another idea for these too is you could do like an herb garden for your kitchen window seal or your kitchen in general. That's probably my next goal, is I would like to have an herb garden. But to jazz these up, it's so easy and so inexpensive, and the possibilities are really endless. I'm just gonna put one more, and we'll do the lid. So if you are just tuning in, I'm showing you how to take your bland terracotta pots and turning them into something cute and inexpensive, either for yourself or for an amazing woman in your life for Mother's Day. This is the bottom of my terracotta pot. It came like this as a set, but instead I painted it to match my pot, and I found this at my local hardware store. It was like 50 cents or something. I'm just gonna take this screw out. These are actually for a kitchen drawer or like a dresser drawer or something. Oops, I'm gonna take this screw out. And you can use craft glue or super glue. And I'm just gonna put some on here. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully that works. Kind of guesstimate where the center of my jar is. And I'm gonna let that dry. And then you can see, you can put candy in here, you can put Q-tips in your bathroom. These don't have to be just for outside plants. And I think these are pretty much dry. So while the lid dries, I'm going to show you how to seal your die cuts or whatever paper product you put on your terracotta pots. You just want to do a thin layer. If you put too much, or if there's bubbles like that, the Mod Podge or whatever sealer you're using will bubble up under there, and then you'll get like a clearish, filmy, bubble looking thing. So just put thin coats all the way around your pot. Don't forget about the Hometalk giveaway question. Hometalk will be selecting a random winner to win an awesome Hometalk tote. And the question is, what kind of flower would you put inside your homemade pot? And I do not have a green thumb at all. That's probably why I craft. So I'm just gonna do a quick layer around here, and then we'll move on to our next one. That way this one will dry before I'm done. I can show you what it looks like.
Somebody mentioned orchids.
Ooh, yes, I love orchids. I've had one once and it died very quickly. They're so pretty. All right, so that is how you just put the die cutouts, or the die cast cutouts. If you just want like a regular colored pot, I'm gonna show you how to just paint it. I'm just using simple acrylic paints. You can find these anywhere, any craft store. I think this one was like 70 cents. And actually, I should have used a different paintbrush. That's okay. So you're just gonna work fast. Because of the material of these clay pots, it does suck in the paint rather quickly. So you just wanna do nice, even strokes. Sometimes with these pots, you do need a couple of coats because it does absorb so much of the paint. Just depends on the color. And don't forget to hit like if you enjoy all of the amazing Hometalk videos that all of the people work so hard to make and bring you. Make sure you send lots of hearts, lots of likes, so you can keep seeing them in your newsfeed. So see, I just got around and this side's already dry. So that's how quickly the paint on these pots dry. I think it's just a combination of the paint with the material. And these are fun. You could do these for teachers, like as an end of the year thank you gift. Again, for Mother's Day, for a neighbor, or just for yourself.
Can you bring it forward a little?
I always also, with these, just because they're such a an odd color, you can leave it, you can leave the middle that color. I always just paint this inside rim also, so that when I plant something in there or put something in there, all you see is the color that I painted the pot. You don't have to go all the way down, so that's kind of nice because it saves on paint and time. And these are fun to do with the kids too, like if you're looking for an art project that you can work with them on, like maybe over summer break or a rainy day. You can just get out the paints, let them go to town, and make their own gifts.
They just said geraniums and aloe for the first time.
Ooh, aloe. I love using aloe for everything. Okay, so that's how you paint it. You can see it's not this is not a gloss paint, it's just a flat paint. Once you put Mod Podge over it, if you use glossy Mod Podge, it'll shine up. I'm gonna set that one over to the side. Here is this pink one I already painted. I'm going to show you that you can glitter these also. I have a picture of my firstborn. She's 13 now. She'll probably kill me if she knows I'm showing you this photo. But I'm actually going to Mod Podge it to the side of this pot. You can do an entire collage of photos. You could just do one. I'm going to show you just one. So once your pot is clean and dry and you've already painted it, just put a thin layer. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to glitter this pot first. So same way, just go over this. I'm getting ahead of myself, I apologize. So you're gonna do this in sections also. Because it's such a bright pink and fabulous pot, I thought let's just make it as glittery and as gaudy as possible. So that's what we're gonna do.
Melissa said a cactus.
Ooh, yes, good choice. And I'm just gonna let this fall on the table. So you can see it's got a nice shimmer. And you don't have to worry about the glitter coming off because we're gonna seal it again with the Mod Podge. So I'm just gonna keep doing this all the way around. Again, working in small sections because this stuff dries really fast. You wanna get it nice and even so that your glitter's not clumpy. Usually I would do this on a paper plate so I can save this. I'll just have to pick this up and dump it when I'm done. Don't do what I'm doing. With the glitter anyway. So you just gotta work quickly, making sure it's smooth.
Somebody asked what was that white stuff you put on?
So the white stuff is the Mod Podge. But there are other Decoupaged type glues or sealants that you can use. I use Mod Podge for everything just because it works well. You can get it in gloss, you can get it in matte. Like we were talking about the dishwasher safe, that's what I use on my pots that I'm gonna put outside because if I know they're gonna get wet, I don't want my artwork to be ruined. So you always use like some sort of water safe sealant. I'm gonna get as close to this side as I can without ruining that glitter. So as you can see, I glittered all the way around, and yes, I know this one is kind of gaudy and pink and sparkly, but that was the goal of it. Because once this dries, which shouldn't take long, I'm going to decoupage my daughter's picture onto it and put a plant in it, probably for my mom for Mother's Day. So yeah, that's that one. Let me bring you back to this one really quick. So if you're just tuning in, I'm showing you how to take items you probably already have laying around the house, like scrapbook paper, napkins, the die cast cutouts from a scrapbook. These are some of my favorite ones. You can get them at the craft store, or probably just about anywhere, Walmart, Target. I think it was like $1.50 a bag. And you literally can just decoupage them to these little terracotta pots and give them some life and some character. So for this one, I cut pieces of scrapbook paper out, and I glued them all the way around my pot. And I'm just going to show you now we have to seal it because you don't want it to get ruined. And all of these like weird bumps and stuff will go away once you put this final coat of sealant on here. Normally I would probably paint underneath first so that if there were any imperfections you wouldn't see them so much, and probably the rim too, but just because I'm showing you for technique, I didn't think you wanted to watch paint dry. I don't either. So like these little bumps you have coming up here, if you just put a little bit of glue in there and just push it down with your finger, they'll go away. And then you can just smooth it back over. So again, if you're just tuning in, we are making terracotta pots, transforming them from bland to beautiful. And I would love to know what kind of flower you would put in yours, maybe plant it or buy it and put it in there for display. And Hometalk will be choosing a random winner to give away their fabulous tote bags too. So just like that, it's almost dry already. You can see it's already shining. I won't show you the side that's not complete. But all the bubbles are gonna go away. Let me push this one down. Another good way to hide some of these, I'll trim this off once I do the final product. Another good way to hide some of these imperfections, or if you have like somewhere it didn't match up, it's okay because you can simply wrap twine around here with a hot glue gun, and I'll show you how to do that once this is dry. It shouldn't take very long. And as you can see, this one is already dry. The final coat we put on there. Well, I guess this is still, yeah, it's dry. So our lid is dry too. I just glued, this was a drawer knob you can use in like a kitchen or a dresser drawer or something I found at a hardware store. I unscrewed the screw and just glued it right to the top of here. And then you have a cute little thing for your bathroom, or you can put more seeds in it in your garden, whatever you would like. Let's see, this one should be close to dry. Let me just decoupage this picture on here. Where did I put the picture?
Right in front of you.
Okay, good call. Okay. So when you're doing images, which I made one of these last year, but it was huge, and I put about 30 pictures on there, you're just gonna put a thin layer of the Mod Podge on the picture, just like this. You don't want it too thick because it'll run over on the sides. Just make sure it's fully covered. Let me find a good area to put this in. Let's see. I'm going to put it about right here. And then I'm going to set this one to the side. The last one I want to show you is how to put a napkin on here. So this is like a regular napkin. They have, obviously napkins come in different plies. I think this one was a 2-ply. But I'm going to do the same thing like I did with the scrapbook paper. I'm going to cut it into strips so that it's easier to apply. But this just goes to show anything you have lying around your house, you can use it on the side of these terracotta pots. So I'm just going to cut this. Okay, so since we just painted this one, I'm going to put a thin strip.
May just said it is National Volunteer Week next week, so she's going to make them as centerpieces to say thank you.
Yes, that's such a good idea. These would make really cool centerpieces. You could put anything in them. Plus you can make them for baby showers, weddings. They're so easy to do, and like I said, they're so frugal. I got these pots for 78 cents each. And then I'm just using supplies that I already had. Nice, even, thin strokes. And I don't have any more paper cut. Let me get this real quick. And remember, don't worry about imperfections because the Mod Podge will help you to smooth all of those out. And I have a 5-second rule. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, most likely the Mod Podge is gonna stay down by itself after that. It's really sticky stuff. I would love to hear where you guys are all from, where you're watching from. We are from Indianapolis, and the weather is getting so nice out. We actually didn't have a bad winter, but the weather is getting beautiful out now, so it's time to start thinking about gardening and planting. So that's why I figured it'd be time to come up with the terracotta pots.
Yvonne from Puerto Rico says hi.
Hello, Puerto Rico. That sounds dreamy. Alright, this should just be about it. And the reason I just want to show you this really quick, I'm trying to put these on here so I can show you how to do the bottom. If your pieces are too long, it's okay, because we will fix them. So what do you think you have lying around your house that you could decoupage to the side of a pot? I would love to hear that too. I'm just going to do one more thin strip really quick so I can show you the bottom. So this is what I have left on the bottom. Looks kind of crazy. So I'm just going to trim off some of this excessive paper. And it doesn't have to be pretty, I promise, because you're just going to smush it down anyway. So again, with the Mod Podge, I'm just going to put a little bit on my pot. I don't know if you can see this.
Somebody said they would glue music sheets.
That sounds really pretty. That would be really pretty for a recital or a wedding, or just because. So as you can see, you're just going to fold them down a little bit. They stick pretty quickly to the Mod Podge. And then just put one more thin layer. And again, it's the bottom. Nobody's really going to see it, but that's just how you want to keep them down there. Okay, and so that's what that looks like. Now really quick, with this one, I'm going to show you how we can kind of hide some of those imperfections with the twine. Let me just trim off. Remember these extra pieces I was telling you about? Let me see if I can just cut that off. There shouldn't be too much. And this is the twine that I'm going to use with a hot glue gun. You're just going to put a tiny drop right here to get it started. Just hold it there for a couple of seconds. And you're going to want to do this. Do you need me to get closer? Just put a couple drops. You don't have to like put glue all the way around your pot. Just a few drops will help secure it there. And I know for you people that are just tuning in, I know I didn't finish this spot. I just wanted it to dry quickly so that I could show you the end result. Now you can use twine, you could use ribbon, you can use lace, you name it, you could use it, and you don't even have to have something if you're a much better cutter than I am.
Susan said she would grow basil.
Oh yes. So that's the other thing is, I've made these before with chalkboard paint. So if you paint them with a chalkboard paint, you can do, and they have so many colors of chalkboard paint now, but black is probably the most common. If you do them with a chalkboard paint and then you can put a little piece of twine, hot glue a little piece of twine to it with a chalk hanging, and then you plant herbs in there, then you can label the herbs and kind of make it look shabby chic. That's fun too. So these don't have to be just for the outside. So I'm just going to do one more quick layer to show you how you can hide these things. I do not have a green thumb, so I craft instead. Alright, so just trim it. And one last time I want to remind you that Hometalk is giving away a super awesome tote. It's a canvas tote. But if you answer the question, what kind of flower would you put in your pot? So let me move all of these spiderweb strings. As you can see, like the twine really hides any imperfections you have towards the top. And where the patterns match up, it doesn't really matter. So just have fun with it. I think that's pretty much it. Do we have any questions from anyone? I would love to hear about your plans and what you plan on decoupaging to the side of your pot.
I think we're pretty much done.
Are there any questions? No?
The winner is Danny Payposh.
Oh, the winner is Danny Payposh. I hope I'm saying that right. So congratulations! You won.
Are we good to sign off?
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to turn your plain terracotta pot that you can get for super cheap into something fabulous using the items you have at home. And don't forget to check us out on lifeispoppin.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.